If he were winning, he would be west of the Dnieper River. If he were winning, he would be in Odessa. If he were winning, he would have changed the government. And Russia, in fact, is losing this war. Now, they can make moves. Well, they're advancing in the Donbass and Donetsk region, but if you consider advancing by moving meters and not miles, well, then that's fine. But the cost they're facing is enormous. People don't really appreciate it. It's just a number, but the losses in dead and wounded are significant. Over 1 million. We left Afghanistan after losing 18,000, and Vietnam after 65,000. They've lost over 1 million, dead and wounded. These numbers are at the level of World War II. When you think about it, they're shocking in terms of loss. And this is and their frontline units, the ones they came with and tried to take Kyiv just a little over 4 years ago. Those frontline units are gone, so they've gone through a second or third or fourth iteration of war commanders. They're taking tanks out of museum storage to put them on the battle line. They can't operate in large movements because the Ukrainians would kill them, and the Ukrainians are counterattacking.
I mean, at the same time, large movements can't start from Russia because they're anticipated here and the Russians are eliminated. So they make diametric moves little by little, little by little, little by little. He says, when they lost 18,000 men in Afghanistan, the Russians pulled back. When the United States lost 65,000 soldiers, they pulled back. Russia lost in the Vietnam War, right? Russia has lost 15 times. Over 15 times what the United States lost in the Vietnam War. I mean, it's a human loss. Really tough. Just to gain a few meters, honestly, it's really something, isn't it? That's why this guy says, well, not only are they losing, but this is a tremendous situation. I mean, tragic. Right, Kate Kellogg? Right, General Kate Kellogg, who has been, let's say, one of the most important figures at the time. The special envoy, the famous special envoy for the issue of Ukraine and Russia, right? The facts are harsh and tremendous. And, well, this hasn't been very favorable for Ukraine either. I mean, this person has also been very critical of Ukraine as well. But this time, well, he tells the truth. The facts are there, right? And that's a huge issue. They say that this situation is bringing the United States closer to a final point. Basically, what he's warning with this is that there's one last move coming, whatever it may be. It's a final move. So there could be surprises. There could be all kinds of surprises. I mean, in terms of the number of people, the number of weapons that haven't been used yet. We're already seeing that the wear and tear is too much and it's unsustainable. Russia's economy can't support it, especially with the pressure that's building now. So the next move is crucial. It might be the last one in this conflict. The last move doesn't end the war. It could cause something else. It could mean a phase that lasts for years. So, well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. This General Este, who has been quite something. Yes, this character is atypical in this kind of, let's say, diplomacy. But he has been very clear, and I think that's why Trump put him there, because he has been very clear when giving his opinions and comments. And this time, well, he surprises us again. This time, by giving this information, don't you think it's shocking? Let's move on to other matters, other important topics as well. There's a development that's drawing attention right now. Ukraine made 2 advances on the front. It's a key area because we're not only talking about the Sumy region. We already mentioned yesterday that they've made progress, but also in the Donetsk region. Reports indicate positive results in the border areas of Sumy. Our units continue advancing toward the border and the territory occupied by Russia, showing progress. They mentioned this yesterday and today they confirm it again. Toward this area, this region, which is now 100% controlled by Ukraine. all of Sumik and the surrounding areas. Well, they keep pushing back and pushing Russia further and further back so that they return to their territory. But another area is Donetsk. According to reports, the 1st Azov Corps of the Ukrainian National Guard confirmed the liberation of Pankivka, a village that is key on the Dobrpilia axis in Donetsk. Before the conflict, it had around 1,000 inhabitants, something like that. They're very small places, and well, they're areas that are practically abandoned. There are only battles going on. Russian forces had also made 3 advances in other areas of Donetsk. So, like I said, one day Ukraine advances in one area, Russia advances in another, and that's how it goes, right? According to reports, at the same time, Russian forces made advances in 3 sectors of the front in the Donetsk region, according to the Ukrainian platform Deep State. They would have shown that territorial control is highly volatile. In some areas of Donetsk, Ukraine is advancing, and in other areas of Donetsk, the Russians are advancing. That is a volatile zone. Both sides are fighting to try to make progress. Glasgow himself would have detailed this. He is the regional governor of that area. He would have detailed that a civilian woman, died at the scene due to her injuries. She reached the hospital but did not survive. It shows that while there are few civilians now, the risk they face is very high, right? In that area, there's a lot of fighting. In response to this whole situation, drone interception operations are being intensified. Drones are being used a lot on the front line. And the Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that in the last few hours, they destroyed 10 drones during the night, where the Ukrainians were trying to attack Russian positions, right? So, well, there it is, right? Attack and counterattack constantly throughout that area. Obviously, it's something that is there's still a long way to go before it's over. You see a very curious image, this image, in which a Russian soldier was riding a motorcycle with a quadcopter drone right now. Do you think this drone was damaged or shot down by Ukraine and they went to recover the drone? Well, to take parts from it, I suppose, right? So the guy on the motorcycle grabs it and takes it away. Curiously, one propeller is still working. The drone was kind of half destroyed, right? But anyway, they took it and they're taking it away right now. Well, some of these curious images also show this one. Let's see if we can put it here. It's this one. There it is. It's this image. That it's a Russian defense system called BUKM-3, alright? It's valued at approximately $40 million. It would have been destroyed as well, right? They cut it right where the drone video stops, let's say, right? Because there's a kind of delay, and when it explodes, it stops transmitting information. Alright, let's move on to other important matters as well.